So hey guys, back on trail. Got Good Samaritaned by another hiker. I don't carry cash. I was just gonna hitch or get a lift or whatever. There was a free shuttle too, so it was really nice to be offered by another hiker to pay for a shuttle. So it's $5 to get out here. I'm gonna have to throw some of my food I stocked up on yesterday or something. I feel bad. So we're gonna go up Weaverton Cliffs now, and the shuttle driver was saying that when she hiked it, it was like the only steep uphill portion of the entire state. So take our time on the uphill, and the rest should be easy cruising for the rest of the day. We're gonna go 12 miles, maybe a little further, depending on what happens. And just gonna enjoy it today. It's not too muddy. It's pretty well elevated over here. So we're gonna cruise down this trail, take our time warming up, and it should be a good day. Well, shoes are soaked again. Spent so much time yesterday trying to dry everything out, and there was a section of this stuff where it was just like ankle deep, calf deep, and just pure mud on the sides, and I didn't want to go around in the woods and make a new trail, so it's like, oh, whatever. I just slogged through it. So hopefully that doesn't mean more blisters or anything like that. I've been doing great so far, but a little bit of slogging through stuff today. Well, I fell again, right in front of a big group of people. I find that I fall a lot when I run into people coming the other direction. I try to like step off to the side of the trail or do something, and like don't really focus as much on balance or putting my feet in a good place. So I did a little split. That felt kind of not awesome, but it didn't really hurt that much. So just taking it easy. The knee is doing better. I think the 0 day yesterday helped a lot. And I'm just cruising, man. It's a nice trail right now. It's been muddy, but I think the rest of the day is going to be okay. No more falls. Come on, guys, no more falls. Well, it's kind of neat, unexpected. Came up this hill and saw this down here. It's called Gathland State Park. There's a picnic area, big open fields, ruins, and like a big old empty tomb up the way. Pretty legit. So there's historical signs everywhere. Troops stationed here at one point, and the trail goes right through here, so pretty neat. I'm gonna cross this way, see the white blazes, and explore this a little bit. I've only got a few more miles today. Got a ride around the closure. The next shelter was like 12 miles or something. Got like 5 miles left, so I'm gonna go hang out under this thing for a while. So I'm just gonna pan over this with the video camera as best I can, and then if you want to read it, you can pause it or whatever, okay? But you should be able to on a screen. These are some big letters. So I'm gonna use my trekking pole as a monopod here. And there we go. Should be still enough to read, yeah? Synopsis is that General Lee came through here with a lot of people and basically invaded Maryland. I haven't read this one yet. So I found this really nice place here at Gathland State Park, and it's a covered pavilion near the ruins. Good view, lots of people watching. checking out the Correspondence Memorial. And I figured this is a good place to eat lunch. I'm gonna snack on my pepper first, since that's something that, you know, has seeds and a stem and bits that you cut out. I'm gonna use the opportunity to throw the trash away here so that I don't have to ditch it in the woods, you know. Don't really want to do that, so I'm gonna chomp on this. It's so stinking good. And since it's only 5 miles to the shelter, I'm just gonna hang out and have fun. I've been reading some of the memorial things and the history signs, and it's been pretty cool. I'm not like a history buff, but it is interesting. Civil War history is always so brutal, you know. All the Confederates were here trying to hold off the Union forces until right before the Battle of Antietam. It's like the Confederates had gotten a little bold, and Lee's army had pushed into Maryland and tried to invade the North for the first time. And I guess he got a little cocky and split up his army, and a bigger Union force was pursuing him, and they barely got back together in time to like be able to hold him off and retreat. So it's kind of interesting. You imagine there being people right here dressed in uniform and fighting for months and months, enduring brutal conditions on top of the mountains in the winter. It's just crazy. So I'm gonna eat my lunch, and then I'll probably get moving in a little while. If you've never tried it before, these peppers hold up really well on trail in your backpack. I keep this one on the outside of my pack because my bag's so full right now. But you can slice them up and put them in a baggie and eat them like chips, or you can just eat them like an apple. But after you get the seeds and everything out, little pith, it's really tasty, something sweet, and these have the most vitamins, I think. Like, it's got more vitamin C than an orange. So it really hits the spot when you need vegetables. And I guess it looks a little weird to eat the whole thing, but it tastes good, so whatever, right? This is pretty damn cool. Big old ruined 2-story building. So back at the pavilion where you saw me eating lunch, I just finished eating gorp, you know, like trail mix, and my vegetables and things. And these hikers roll up with their 33rd annual hike of Maryland. They hike the whole state every year as a big group. And the support staff lady was there, and she had all this fried chicken and fruit salad, all kinds of stuff. So I was already so full, but I ended up getting some lemonade and some fried chicken, and they were really nice, and hung out there for a few hours and ended up drying out all my stuff in the sun and relaxing. And she's also a chiropractor. She did some work on everybody. I just kind of watched and learned, and it was really nice and relaxing. So now I'm gonna go 5 miles to the shelter here, and I'm just gonna hang out, wait for dark, and get a good night's sleep. So awesome trail magic, and a very nice relaxing place to hang out. Yeah, if I had to pick a half, I'd pick the northern half. And I would hike Nobo.
Yeah.
Sometimes I regret flipping and going south from Katahdin. Because, like, before I actually finished the whole trail, I climbed Katahdin.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And, like, I don't know, it kind of feels a little inauthentic or whatever.
Sure.
But,
you don't get that final climactic.
yeah, the capstone kind of, you know, crying at the sign, like kissing it.
Yeah.
So, I might have to go back.
Yeah, you're dreaming, man.
Yeah.
I hear it's a hell of a climb.
It's really not that crazy.
No.
It takes time, but it's not super hard. By the time you get there, you won't even really feel it.
Sure.
Yeah.
Do you think like the fitness level that you gain from this, you could like parlay into running, like?
Oh, no doubt.
Running afterwards when you get out.
No doubt, dude.
Nice.
Your endurance is staggering.
Yeah.
After like a month,
Yeah.
your legs don't get tired,
That's great.
or like your legs will kind of get pumped, and you might stop for a second.
You recover quick.
But yeah, you recover really quickly, and you like won't get out of breath
Nice.
from walking. It's weird.
That's fun.
Yeah, it's really weird. Yeah, it's really fun where you feel like a beast, and you're like, huh, it's been 2.5 months. I'm gonna see if I can do a 30 mile.
Yeah.
And it's just like, wow, that wasn't, even if you're in good shape, those will beat you down a little bit. But it's fun to see what you can do after you've got your legs.
And that's pretty great. That's more than a marathon in a day.
Yeah. My biggest day was 40, and I cried at the end of it.
Damn, dude.
Yeah, this blonde lady, really pretty, picked me up in her minivan. And I just like, oh my God, thank you so much. She was like, oh, you're so sweet. And I was like, oh God, I'm crying in front of you.
Thank you before that.
We did, like we probably got to Hiawassee and took a break. It was like North Georgia. And then we got to the NOC in North Carolina and took like a couple 0 days. And we hiked together for like almost 3 months. Or I guess it was 2 months. And with him and this girl that was injured, we probably took like 15 0 days. And it was kind of crazy.
And that was still just not enough rest.
Yeah, it wasn't.
Yeah.
It's, it gets to where your body just can't, because you wait 4 days and then you go. It's like you really need like a month for some of these injuries. And people aren't willing to wait, so it ends up turning into a much bigger problem.
Gonna cut your losses knowing that they're right in eventually.
Well, yeah, plus like people feel like if I get off trail or whatever, then I'll never come back, I failed. Like, no, you've got a calendar year. Like, come back in a month. Or if you're close enough to home, or if that's not an option, like especially with the money to travel and stuff, you find a hostel that has work for stay, like in a 100-mile radius. Get a shuttle there, and they'll pay you to work there, and you stay for free.
You're not burning through any more cash.
Yeah, save up money at least, and then get better,
Yeah.
But yeah, I've seen a lot of people get hurt and just leave. There's someone over there.
I'm trying to avoid that. I've got kind of a bum knee. I reconstructed it, so I know eventually it'll hit me, but I just gotta be smart with it and don't overpush it. I think I'll make it work.
Yeah.
Brought a knee brace, just in case.
That's smart.
Yeah.
It's good to have it with you. Another historical site here. Just video. You can pause and read it so that I don't have to sit there and hold it for a few minutes. I can go back and read it later too. Welcome to Washington County. There's a restaurant over there. Strongly considering.
It's like way better than surfing because you always you make your own waves, and then you can get way more air and do way more aerial flips and stuff.
Oh yeah, when they do the flips and stuff. But it's cool, like even just watching it. Like you don't even have to do it to be entertained.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I'm just impressed at what they're able to do.
I like when they jump over the sandbars and stuff.
Oh yeah.
Like just go like, I don't know, a good couple hundred feet.
Yeah.
It's like actually glide. But it's big in Thailand?
Yeah, it's pretty big over there. And Australia.
Okay.
But Thailand.
They do a little bit of that stuff out in Long Island where my grandpa lives.
Nice. You have to wear a wetsuit probably a lot of the year.
Yeah, I think they all do.
Yeah.
It'd be nicer down south somewhere. One thing I want to do is do more scuba and get my breath hold training back up so I can do free diving.
Nice.
That looks so sick, dude.
Very cool, yeah.
Like spearfishing and snorkeling. It's all user error.
Like, I've been trekking 10 miles in this.
Yeah. This has been the last 7 days. Well, actually, since Harpers, there's been a lot of this crap. Not as dramatic as
This is the original Washington Monument.
Yep.
Man.
There were 3.
There's
Oh.
four.
I learned today there's a 4th.
Really?
Sorry someone's mowing the lawn right now, but this is the original Washington Monument. How cool is that? We're about to go up here on top of the tower and show you a view. Apparently you can see 3 states, so really excited about that.
Set up my stick pick for this.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
That's pretty sweet. It's like cold in here. It feels kind of nice.
It's like air conditioned.
Yeah, it's nature's air conditioning.
Intrepid heroes climb the staircase to their doom. Or is it their destiny?
Oh, it's open.
Yeah.
Yo.
Oh,
Yo.
that's a 360
sick.
almost.
Damn, I gotta get that pick back. Oh,
Some peregrine falcons around here.
that would be dope.
So the thing is supposed to tell us where all the towns are. Ski resort. It's 90 degrees. In the distance there, you can see the Antietam battlefield. It's right up there. Tan patch in the distance. and that's where the most Americans died in a single day at the Battle of Antietam. The knee is acting up today. It's not like swollen or anything, I don't think, but like right there, it's getting a little pretty tender while I walk. Kind of swinging a little loosey-goosey, you know, between steps. So, doing shorter days right now, and taking ibuprofen, which I don't normally do. And gonna try to take it easy on the leg. I should be better. I'm gonna give it like a week. I'm gonna be patient with it. So guys, it has been a while. I've been sitting on this bench trying to work this knot out of my knee. I was probing around with my fingers to figure out where it hurt. And it doesn't really hurt anywhere like superficial to the knee, you know, like outside, closer to the skin. And I found this big knot at the top of the knee. And there was this really nice lady yesterday. I think I showed her to you. But if not, she was a orthodoc, and she was getting knots out of people's shoulders, and she fixed some girl's calf or whatever, and like showed us how to like take care of ourselves and stuff. I've been trying to rub this knot out of my knee, like towards the heart and everything, like she said, and just like slowly like try to melt the knot out, and I just haven't been able to get it to relax. So I'm wondering if like maybe that's like, maybe I did do something bad and like, or tore something, and there's like a little ball, like a little muscle tear, and I tore the muscle and there's like a ball of muscle, or like, I don't want to think like a tendon snapped and is like a ball, but I don't know. I might, she says her number is in the guidebook or whatever, so I might call and see. Like, she said she'd be out here again today, so I might see what she's doing. I don't know what to do. It was fine this morning. It was okay yesterday, and it looks like basically what I'm gonna have to do is like really hobble slowly to Waynesboro and then take like a significant amount of time off. I probably should have done that in Harpers, but like I just started, you know, so it's hard. It's frustrating to be like, oh yeah, I'm gonna do this, you know. And she asked me yesterday, like, do you have anything you need to work on? And I'm like, no, thank you. Like, I fell before, but my leg feels great. So, and it did, but I should have gotten her a look at it. But I don't know. Just trying not to get too frustrated, trying not to like freak out. Like, it's such a long game, but like when things happen like right at the beginning, it's so frustrating. Like I was hiking with a guy who's starting his flip-flop section, or he's doing a half hike, and I can't even, we're going like 8 miles, and I can't push it without stopping, and I really just need to figure out what's going on with my leg. So I'm gonna call this lady and ask her for advice, and if she's up here again today, then I'll see if she can do something about it. But part of me is like, just keep going and like take it easy, and like I think part of me that's saying that is that it's like she's gonna say something bad, like, no, you've really done something stupid here, and you need to stop hiking for like a month or 2 months. And that's kind of like, I can't imagine hearing that. So that's kind of my resistance to like the whole like getting it checked out thing. But I know I'm being stupid, so I'm just gonna call her. I'm gonna call her right now and see what she says. So I'll get back to you. Tried to get it without spooking him. There's a pileated woodpecker chipping away at this a minute ago. Tried to sneak up on him. Well, I could not find her number. I looked online, their organization, I remembered the name of it, that they hike across Maryland every year or whatever. And yeah. Good thing though is I sat and I worked on the knot in my leg the way that she taught us. She explained that a lot of times when you have pain on joints and stuff and these little tears or injuries, what makes them keep getting so inflamed is the muscles can get tight around the joint. So I found this knot and I was working it out. It didn't really feel like I was doing much. It felt like I wasn't really getting anywhere with making the knot size go down. But now that I'm walking, the left side of my leg that was hurting so badly before doesn't hurt anymore. And now the other side of the knee hurts. So I'm not sure what voodoo magic happened, but I'm gonna need to find a knot, I guess, on the right side of my leg and work it out like I did on the left side. And maybe it'll get to a point where nothing hurts. That's the goal. We'll have to see if that's the case. Pretty easy terrain. You might be able to see I'm taking it very, very slow. I don't want to slip in any of this stuff. I am going dead slow. I have all day to get to a shelter. This is kind of pretty. I think these are, what, deer ferns? Anyhow, focus. I think just go as slow as possible and really start focusing on more rest, elevation, compression, you know, rice, and get to a point where I'm actually taking care of it and not like thinking that I'm taking care of it. So terrain is supposed to be fairly decent, and it has been today, but still it's hurt. So I'm thinking, get to this next town, look in the guide, find a cheap hostel, and park my butt on a couch and make myself get better. Make myself not walk around, make myself chill. Maybe do light work for stay or something to offset the cost of being in town. But I need to be smart about this. It's so damn hard when you're ready to go and you're all excited and you've been waiting for months and something like this happens, to not just like... I caught myself earlier thinking like, bleep it. If it hurts, I'll just keep going. And I've done stuff like that before. Like when I hiked, my feet really hurt. Like, not like this mechanical stuff, but like, you know, pain. Like, I've dealt with it before. But this is a big load-bearing joint. And I just feel like I need to be really careful here. This is a little stupid. Anyway, I'm trying to be so careful. It's kind of a hard day. I've been trying to call somebody, talk to them. Called my fiance, called my dad. I'm about to call my mom and just say, hey, just, I don't know, think about something different for a minute. It gives me a renewed sense of respect for all the people, guys and girls, that come out here with pre-existing injuries, medical conditions, especially veterans with percent disabilities in their knees and backs and etc. that still want to come out here and do this stuff. And I hiked with a guy that I think was 40% disabled in his knees. That's how it works. Sorry if I'm getting that wrong. But his staying power, he gritted his teeth and he just kept going, man. And I think it's one of those things where it was more you can't avoid the pain kind of thing. Like, rather than just give up and say, well, if you don't want it to hurt, then don't do this. I don't think it was that he was doing any damage, but the pain was just constant. That's part of his thing from the military. So, you're a tough, I mean, I knew it before, but you're a freaking tough dude, man. I gotta say, I started doing these video recordings to put on Instagram, short 1-minute things, where I'd do a couple of them and give updates on what was going on. And really, it came out of being alone for like 3 weeks and needing to talk to and engage with people. And it was like, I'm talking to you now, you're hearing it now, but I'm saying it earlier. And it's kind of like a little social band-aid where I get the feeling of being around talking to people, and it's just delayed, you know? Like in the movies when they're talking to someone on a distant planet, and it takes like a day for the transmission to go back to Earth or whatever. It's a little delayed, but you don't feel so isolated. Not feeling good. Not having anyone to hike with. It's only been a few days. I'm not like lonely or anything. I've been hanging out with people. I hiked with a guy a little while today before I had to stop because my leg hurt. And it's just really nice to have something to talk to the camera and talk to you guys and kind of take my mind off of it. And just kind of focus on something different for a little while. It's pretty funny. I had a couple hikers come by just a second ago when I cut the video off, and they kind of saw me from a distance. I just pretended like I was on the phone until I passed by them. I feel a little self-conscious. I mean, anyone watching might think it's interesting or whatever. Just for entertainment purposes. The saga of Wounded Knee. But other hikers, day hikers, they see you walking and talking to yourself, holding your phone out with your arm. It's a little strange. Anyways, so thank you guys for listening. I'll be hobbling my happy butt to somewhere I can hang out for a while. Thank goodness it's fairly level right now. Yeah, oh, sorry. Not being weird. I just was recording a camera shot. And it's so weird when you're like doing it. People come by and you're like, oh crap.
Oh no, it's fine. I was just standing on a step and someone thought I was hurt.
Well, I mean, I kind of am. I've taken videos the other day. I fell, I hurt my knee. And so I was going to take a video of me walking to show the difference between the other day. When I was walking, I got a video of it, and I'm like cruising, and now I'm all like,
Yeah, about 3 months ago, I dislocated my knee, so it's the first time I
3 months?
hiking. Yeah.
I'm hoping that's not what I need to do. Really?
Mhm.
And you're better now? Like,
Yeah, I was fine. It's just-
okay. Yeah, it was stupid. I was trying to see, I was coming down the Harpers Ferry, and I was looking like this, you know, trying to see the thing, and I was kind of walking too, and I slipped.
That's what happened, Bella.
Yeah, well, that's smart. But I'll let you. I mean, you only have a few hours to work, so If you're going back this way, you'll probably see me. I'll be walking like this. Cool. Well, enjoy your walk then. I'm gonna redo the. Thank you. Yeah, I took a bunch of ibuprofen, so maybe I can medicate it. Redo this. You didn't fall over. I tried. I was just walking here a little bit back there. I went just under a tree and I felt something go behind my head and go whoosh, and it made like a hollow tube, like not very loud, but like whoosh sound. I looked around for bird or whatever and I really couldn't see anything. I've never heard anything like that in my life. The whole time I've been on the trail, I never heard anything like that. I don't know what it was. That was really strange. And I felt it. Like I felt the hair on the back of my head kind of wiggle. So whatever it was, it went right behind me. I have no idea what that could have been. So this is actually going to be the Harpers Ferry to here section. I am going to get to Thumbelina's place, stay in the little hostel thing. Sleep on her floor basically. It's not like a real hostel. And but they're working on it, and I'm just gonna hang for as long as I can, and instead of pushing 2 days to Waynesboro and chilling there, I'm just gonna do it now. There's no sense in me hurting myself at all, so I felt so much better after 1 day of rest. I can sit and entertain myself for a day or two. And I gotta overcome this feeling like I'm doing something stupid by like not pushing forward. So it's the exact opposite. So I'm gonna wait on Thumbelina's boyfriend to come get me and pay the shuttle fee and all that, whatever. And pay to stay in the hostel. It's so much better than staying in a hotel. And I'm just so grateful that these places exist. I mean, yeah, you can sleep in a shelter or whatever, but like nice to be able to actually put your foot up and ice it and stuff. So it turns out the hostel that I got picked up to go to is in Harpers Ferry, so I just backtracked all that way, and you can probably see by my face I'm not happy about it. Got into Harpers Ferry, got dropped off downtown, and wasn't allowed at the hostel because they were gonna flip bunks and clean. Which I'm like, what? I can't hang out in the backyard or something while you change the sheets on the bed? So they said it'd be like an hour or so. It's like, okay. And then finally, after almost 2 hours or so, I get a text that says, hey, I actually locked my keys in my car at Walmart. So I'm like, okay, whatever, man, LOL. Like, I'll be here, I guess. Now I'm waiting here on the front porch of the ATC where I took my picture the other day. And he says he'll be back after 9 sometime, and it's going to be dark. So it's actually the next day, and you're going to see the clip where I just woke up in the morning. But I've been hanging out in the Harpers for a little while. Turns out he was going to go to Walmart for something last night, and they don't allow hikers to stay in the place while they're gone because it's their actual house. And that's understandable. I was pretty grumpy, and I acknowledge that. I'm not going to edit it out too much and try to make myself look nicer or anything, but I didn't take it out on them. But venting to the camera and stuff, like, I got a little grumpy. I was in some pain, and it didn't really feel good. So yeah, so we ended up all going over there in another hiker's car. That hiker and his friend were actually trying to leave in the morning in their own car, and their stuff was locked in the trunk. So it was a much bigger deal that, you know, they might not be able to get their stuff before the morning if the locksmith didn't come out and open it up or whatever. But we weren't able to get into the car in the Walmart parking lot, so we ended up coming home after a McDonald's run. They didn't actually end up getting back and picking me up to go over there until like 10. So I did have to wait there for a while, and I did get stuck, and I did think okay, well, if this doesn't work out, where am I going to go? And I was worried that I was going to get stuck, you know, having nowhere to stay for the night. But I wanted to be clear that I'm not, upset about it or anything. It just was getting late, and I'd had a long day, and it was frustrated. So I'm back here in Harpers. That's where the hostel was, and I am going to chill for a few days, and I'm going to get better. We managed to get up past Boonesboro, but things just felt like they were getting a little too wonky with the leg, and based off of how good everything felt the day after a rest day, we're just going to give it more time. Again, that's one of the hardest things to do when you want to go. But we're going to be smart here, and we're just going to chill. Thanks for watching the video. Sorry it hasn't turned out probably as expected, but it's sometimes how these things go. And we'll try to get you more hiking in the next video. See you later.